The internet is in full panic mode right now. Like, bro? The timeline hasn't been this chaotic since the whole OTF versus everybody era. Because out of absolutely nowhere, a mysterious phone call just leaked. Not from court, not from evidence, not from any official source, but from a fan page that claims they found something buried deep in an old live stream archive. And what's got everyone screaming? People swear they heard Durk's name in the background. Not loud, not clear, not even confirmed. But those 2 seconds of muffled audio were enough to send TikTok into a spiritual crisis. The clip starts with static, then a voice saying something nobody can understand. And then the part that broke the whole internet, a faint, chopped up word that could sound like Durk if you tilt your head, squint your eyes, and listen like your life depends on it. It's the perfect kind of leak, unclear enough to be debated, spicy enough to be reposted, and mysterious enough that every fan base immediately chose a side. Twitter lit up within minutes. Ain't no way that's his name. Bro, that definitely said Durk. Who was on that call? Why was this never mentioned before? And then the real chaos started. People began digging up old interviews, old live moments, old reactions from Vaughn, old tweets from Durk, trying to connect dots that might not even exist. But the wildest part, the call was allegedly recorded before everything happened. And for some fans, that made it feel like a missing puzzle piece. Now the internet is demanding answers. Who was on that call? Why wasn't it public earlier? And did someone purposely keep it from the courtroom? Because if this audio is what fans think it is, the thing about the internet is this: it doesn't matter where something comes from. It doesn't matter how clear it is. It doesn't matter if it's real, fake, edited, misheard, or straight up accidental background noise. If it sounds mysterious enough, dramatic enough, or close enough to somebody's name, the timeline will treat it like gospel. And that's exactly what happened the moment that lost call resurfaced. It wasn't posted by a news outlet. It wasn't posted by a courtroom reporter. It wasn't even posted by anyone remotely credible. It came from one of those chaotic fan accounts that uploads 30 edits a day. Vaughn edits, Durk edits, OTF edits, random rare clips, memes, the type of page everybody follows even though nobody knows who runs it. And that page claimed they found something wild while rewatching an old archive from a 2020 live stream that had been saved, deleted, reposted, screen recorded, chopped, and re-uploaded so many times it looked like it had been filmed on a potato. The clip was only 14 seconds long, but the way people reacted, you'd think it was some secret government leak. The video starts with grainy audio, like someone talking through a cracked iPhone speaker inside a bathroom with the fan running. You hear two voices, but they're super low, overlapping, hard to make out. The first 3 seconds are nothing but static and microphone feedback. Then someone in the background says something quick, maybe a joke, maybe a name, maybe nothing at all, and then it happens. At around the 4-second mark, there's this tiny muffled syllable, a blur of a sound, a chopped up moment, something that might be a name, or might be someone coughing, or might be wind hitting the mic, but the fan page slowed it down, enhanced the audio, filtered it, looped it, and posted the caption. Did he just say Durk? That's all it took. People didn't even wait to analyze it properly. They didn't ask who recorded the call. They didn't ask why the audio cut off. They didn't ask whose voices were even in it. The timeline clicked retweet, share, duet, stitch, and the clip spread like wildfire. Within minutes, the internet was divided. Half the people said they heard Durk's name crystal clear. Half said it didn't sound like him at all, and the rest didn't care. They just wanted drama. And when the fans got involved, it got 10 times worse. TikTok users immediately began making breakdown videos using headphones, microphones, waveforms, and those audio visualization effects that make it look like they know what they're doing. They pointed at random bumps in the audio graph like they were FBI analysts. One creator slowed the clip down to 0.25 speed and swore you could hear someone say, "Call Durk." Another flipped it backwards, literally reversed the audio, and claimed it sounded like "derb" before cutting out. The comments were insane. Nah bro, I heard it. Y'all deaf if you don't hear Durk name. It's faint, but it's there. Listen with AirPods, not your speaker. Trust me. This changes everything. People stitched the audio over old clips of Vaughn and Durk laughing together. They paired it with courtroom footage. They paired it with OTF backstage moments. They paired it with anything that made it look connected, even though realistically, the call could have been about food delivery, an inside joke, or some unrelated homie named Durk with an I instead of a U. But none of that mattered, because the rumor had already evolved into a full-blown storyline before anyone even processed what they heard. Twitter was worse. People were posting threads like, okay, here's what I think happened. And suddenly you have 19 tweets of pure theories, no sources, no facts, just emotions and assumptions. But the replies are like, yo, this makes sense. Wait, connect tweet number 7 with the old IG live. Bro solved the whole case. One thread even claimed that this call didn't make it to court for a reason, even though nobody knew where the call actually came from, who recorded it, or whether it was real in the first place. But once again, drama, logic. The internet loves a missing puzzle piece, even if the puzzle is imaginary. The next layer of chaos came when people started comparing the timeline of the call to old events. Someone said the clip sounded like it was from 2019. Someone else said, nah, the background noise sounded like the condo he had in 2020. Another said the call didn't show up in the public logs, so it must be something big. Again, nothing verified, nothing confirmed. But TikTok detectives treat their theories like their PhD dissertations. Meanwhile, Vaughn fan pages started posting side-by-side comparisons of the voices in the call to old Vaughn live streams. Some said it did sound like him, some said it absolutely wasn't. Some said the voice wasn't Vaughn or Durk, that it was one of their homies from the old days. And when nobody can agree on what the clip even is, that's when things get dangerous. Because confusion fuels speculation, and speculation fuels chaos. People even began tagging Durk, asking him if he heard the viral audio. They spammed his comments, his story views, his hashtags. Anytime he posted anything, a song snippet, a picture, a gym video, they flooded him with, "Did you hear the call? Say something about the audio. Is that your name or not? Who was on that phone?" Durk didn't respond. He didn't like anything. He didn't unfollow anybody. He didn't delete anything. His silence made people feel like something big was being hidden, even though realistically, he probably didn't even see the clip. Then people turned to Vaughn's old friends. They checked their pages too. They checked if anyone made a face, liked a post, reposted a story, blinked twice. Anything could become proof. When one of Vaughn's childhood friends posted lyrics like "Truth always pops back up," the comment section exploded. People thought he was hinting about the audio, even though the lyrics were from a trending song everyone else was posting too. But the clip hit its peak when a YouTube channel posted a 22-minute deep dive titled "The Call They Didn't Want Us to Hear, Durk Name Finally Revealed." The video didn't reveal anything new. It just rearranged the same rumor, the same audio, the same fan threads, but the dramatic editing fooled half the viewers into thinking it was conclusive. Once a YouTube conspiracy video drops, it's over. The rumor becomes a storyline, and that's where part 1 leaves us. The moment where the entire internet decides that this one tiny, unclear, muffled syllable in a 14-second clip somehow holds the key to understanding the entire Von Durk era. Not because the clip is clear, not because the clip is verified, not because the clip proves anything, but because the internet wants the clip to mean something. The moment the audio hit the mainstream timeline, everything went from messy to absolutely unhinged. What started as a random fan page upload turned into a full-blown digital riot. People weren't just sharing theories, they were demanding answers. Not politely, not calmly, more like, hello? Someone needs to explain this right now. First target, Durk. His comments were a battlefield. People stormed his last 5 posts like they were raiding a castle. You heard the call? Bro, say something. If it's fake, just say it. We need clarity. Why your name pop up? And Durk, silent. Posting selfies, gym content, snippets, quotes, regular stuff, but not a word about the viral call. And that silence made it 100x worse. Fans started interpreting every post like it was encrypted. If he posted lyrics, they were suddenly decoded as responses. If he posted a picture, people analyzed facial expressions like they were doing psychology exams. Even a random good morning post became part of the timeline's fictional narrative arc. Then people turned on the fan pages. You know those chaotic accounts that post anything? Yeah, they became the internet's unofficial FBI office. The original uploader of the call went live and the audience packed in. Thousands of viewers begging them to release the original file, like they were holding top secret evidence. The creator was confused the whole time, like, bro, I just posted what someone sent me. But the comments wouldn't stop. Drop the rest. Who sent it? When was it recorded? Do you have the full call? Of course they didn't, but the internet didn't care. Once the hype starts, facts don't matter. Then TikTok detectives entered their final form. They made videos comparing the Durk audio to real studio clips of him talking. They matched waveforms like they were doing forensic analysis. One TikTok even claimed they isolated the syllable and put it into an AI sound detector. The video said AI confirmed 68% match, even though the detector probably didn't do anything but flash colors. The comments were even wilder. 68% is still high, OMG. I knew it was him. Y'all doubting too much. This clearly him. Bro, the way he said the R is unmistakable. The AI don't lie. People were acting like this was a Supreme Court case and TikTok was the judge. Meanwhile, Von's fanbase was spiraling. They're emotional, loyal, and protective. And nothing involving Von can ever be casual. Some fans were angry. Who was on that phone with him? Others were sad. This making me miss him more. Some were nostalgic. Von really had so much going on behind the scenes. And some turned into full-blown conspiracy theorists. They brought up old incidents, old tweets, old relationships, old lives, old jokes, old beefs, everything, trying to piece together a storyline that the audio never even confirmed. One of the craziest theories came from a Twitter thread that said the audio was recorded the same day as a major event, even though they had no evidence. The internet just wanted it to line up neatly, like a TV episode. Then a random account claimed they had the rest of the clip. They posted a screenshot of a file titled Call Fold MP4, but never posted the actual file. They milked attention for hours, posting hints like, should I drop it? Y'all not ready. This one too heavy. Spoiler, they never dropped anything. They didn't have anything, but the drama worked. People stayed glued to the situation anyway. By this point, every timeline was on fire. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, even Facebook antis got involved. Everyone had an opinion, nobody had facts, and the chaos kept growing. Then came the big switch, when fans started dragging other artists into the conversation, even though they had nothing to do with the audio. Suddenly people were speculating, did anyone else know about this call? Who was around back then? Did someone keep this from the team? Why wasn't this brought up earlier? That last question became the center of everything. Why didn't this ever make it to court? Again, no one even knew if the call was real or who was on it or if it had any relevance to anything, but the mystery made people start filling gaps with whatever sounded believable. YouTubers loved that question. Channels started dropping videos with titles like, "The Call the Court Never Saw." Why? What they didn't play in court? Shocking. Durk's name mentioned? Internet investigates. These videos took tiny moments and inflated them into massive theories. They slowed down every second of the audio, repeated the same noise 12 times, added dramatic music, circled random pixels, and made viewers feel like something big was happening, even though it was just noise. And because these videos got millions of views, more creators fed into the frenzy. The audio turned into a multi-episode series across 15 different channels. Every creator added a new angle, and every angle fed back into the rumor. But the most explosive moment of part 2 happened when someone posted a slowed, filtered, sharpened version of the audio, and people swore they heard not one name, but two. Some said they heard Durk, some said they heard Bro, some claimed they heard Von laughing, some thought they heard someone else entirely. The clip turned into an auditory Rorschach test. People heard whatever they wanted to hear. That's when the fan base split again. Now it wasn't just about what name was said, it was about what version of the leak people believed. And then, out of nowhere, one of Von's former acquaintances posted a weird caption on their story. "Y'all believe anything, LOL. That was it." Just that line, the internet went insane. Some said they were calling the audio fake. Some said they were downplaying something real. Some said they were deflecting. Others said that's the confirmation we needed. It didn't matter what they meant. The internet interpreted it 30 different ways. The person deleted the story 5 minutes later, which made the chaos even bigger. And that's where part 2 ends. The moment the entire internet reaches desperation, demanding answers, demanding explanations, demanding someone step up and clear the air. But instead, everyone stays silent, and silence makes rumors immortal. By the time the second night rolled around, the timeline wasn't just reacting to the leaked call, it was consumed by it. People weren't scrolling casually anymore. They were invested. It felt like everyone suddenly became an honorary expert in audio engineering, court procedure, gang politics, Chicago history, and psychic energy all at once. The whole internet had turned into one giant comment section with ADHD. The first big meltdown came from TikTok Lives. A random creator with 12K followers went live claiming they had another piece of the call. Over 20,000 people joined within minutes. Bro didn't even have anything. He literally played the same 14-second clip but with different reverb, and people were still losing it. The chat was flying. OMG, that's clearer. I heard it better this time. No way they hid this. That's 100% Durk name IDC, what y'all say. Meanwhile, other creators were battling each other. Some claimed the clip was 100% real. Others said it was edited. Others said it was an AI mix. People were splitting into teams, forming alliances like it was a reality TV show. Team he said Durk. Team that's not his name. Team this call fake as hell. Team something feels off and then the worst team of all, Team I have an insider. These fake insiders popped out of nowhere. Suddenly everyone had a cousin who knew a lawyer, or a friend who used to date someone from the block, or an uncle who once saw Durk at Walmart and overheard something. They were posting paragraphs like, "Y'all don't know what's going on behind the scenes, I do. My family been close to this, trust me. People been hiding the truth since day one. No proof, no receipts, just vibes, but the timeline loves vibes more than facts." Then someone posted a fake DM claiming a witness said the call was never meant to be heard. The DM looked clearly edited, wrong font, wrong spacing, but nobody cared. Screenshots spread like wildfire. Someone added dramatic music and turned it into a TikTok slide. Another person read the fake DM out loud in a whisper like it was forbidden scripture. People commented, "This explains everything. I knew they hid something. Why y'all acting shocked?" A whole community of amateur detectives formed overnight. They made long threads tying together unrelated events from the last 5 years. Old interviews, old songs, old captions, old beefs, old jokes. They were drawing arrows, connecting dots, circling faces, turning pure coincidence into conspiracy. Meanwhile, Durk was still silent, still posting his regular life, still minding his business. But because of that silence, people thought he was secretly watching the drama unfold. Some started tagging him under other people's posts. Clear the air. Just say it's fake. We need you to verify. It got so crazy that even unrelated influencers started commenting about the situation. A hairstylist said, "Y'all need to chill," and people somehow twisted that into proof. A random rapper tweeted fake news everywhere, and fans swore he was talking about the leak. Then came the biggest twist of the night. Someone uploaded a full version of the call. It was 38 seconds long, and guess what? It was fake, poorly edited, 2 different audio qualities, the voices didn't match, but the person claimed the government redacted parts. That's all it took. Even though the call was clearly made by some teenager in their basement with a cracked Android, people still gave it attention. One comment said, "This the real one fur." Another said, "Nah bro, this too clean. That mean it's edited." Someone else said, "It doesn't matter. It confirms the vibe." The vibe. That's all people cared about, not facts. The internet built a whole storyline around that vibe. They decided something was being hidden, something wasn't adding up, something was off, even if nobody could say what exactly was off. At the same time, Vaughn's fan pages were in shambles. Half of them were begging everyone to stop because it was disrespectful. The other half were romanticizing it, saying things like he was trying to tell us something, even though nobody knew if the voice in the clip was his. But then came the moment that lit the match all over again. One of Von's old friends went live. He wasn't talking about the leak at first. He was just chilling, playing music, talking to his viewers. But of course the comments flooded him. What about the call? Is that Durk name? Talk about the audio, bro. Why didn't this make it to court? The dude finally snapped and said, "Y'all weird. Stop asking me about some clip y'all saw on TikTok." Then he ended the live. It was the first direct statement from anyone connected to Von, and instead of calming the rumor down, it made everything worse. People twisted the live like crazy. Some said he mad cause it's real. He denying cause he's scared. He ended the live cause he slipped. Bro literally said nothing except y'all weird, but the timeline crafted a whole narrative around it. And then, the moment, someone slowed down that same live and claimed they saw him look nervous before ending it. Nervous. That single word spread like poison. YouTubers made videos called, "Look how nervous he got." Body language exposes the truth. He ended it fast for a reason. TikTok creators froze the exact frame where he blinked. One blink, and said, "You can tell he knew something." That blink became a meme, a conspiracy point, and proof, all at the same time. Meanwhile, the original audio clip was being torn apart by bigger creators. One influencer with millions of followers slowed it down, added subtitles, and wrote, "Durk." Even though the audio did not say that, the subtitle made people hear it. That's when the Mandela effect kicked in, and now everyone thought they heard it. And the fans who were skeptical at first, they switched sides. Because once you see the subtitle, your brain hears it automatically. This turned the timeline into a war zone. This is it. This is the missing piece. Something was going on behind the scenes. They didn't want this clip to come out. Von really had people he trusted. This explains the tension from back then. Again, all speculation, no facts, just digital adrenaline. By the time the timeline hit day 3, the situation wasn't just a rumor. It had become a full-blown community obsession. People woke up checking for updates like they were following a missing person case. Creators who had never even mentioned OTF or Von before were suddenly dropping hour-long breakdowns. Even pop culture gossip pages, the ones that normally talk about Kardashians and Euphoria actors, were posting the clip like it was global news. At this point, the internet wasn't just asking questions, it was forcing them onto every single person even remotely connected to the OTF universe. It didn't matter if they were friends, associates, old collaborators, or someone who met Von one time in 2017. They were getting tagged under the clip non-stop. People were demanding, "Do you know who was on that call? Why did they say Durk name? Why didn't anybody mention this back then?" Then came the fake quote graphics, the ones with black backgrounds and white text. People were making up dramatic lines like, "You can't hide the truth forever," and "What's done in the dark will come out," slapping fake names underneath like OTF Insider, as if this was some organized leak campaign. And the saddest part, fans believed it, not because the quotes looked real, but because they felt real. This story had become so emotional, so nostalgic, so deeply tied to the loss people still feel over Von, that any tiny spark, real or fake, ignited an entire forest fire online. Then things took a crazy turn. Someone created a cleaned up version of the call with AI enhancement. They added reverb, noise cancellation, and boosted certain frequencies. But in doing so, they accidentally changed the voice. The new version didn't sound anything like the original. It was clearer, yes, but incorrectly clearer. The voice sounded older, deeper, distorted, but guess what? Half the internet didn't care. They said, "See, this version is proof. I've been saying it was him. You can hear it perfectly now. It sounds exactly like what I thought." Meanwhile, the other half screamed, "This is edited, bruh. Stop playing with AI. Y'all making it worse." But the damage was done. Now there were multiple versions of the call floating around, each one fueling its own sub-narrative. Some edits made the voice sound younger, some made it sound like two people were talking, some versions added echo that made random noises sound like entire sentences. One version had a glitch in it that people swore said, "Call Durk," right before it cut off. It didn't, it was just a chopped audio artifact, but the caption said, Listen at 0 and 06, and suddenly the whole internet heard it. Then another twist dropped. Someone claimed the call was part of an old IG Live that had been deleted before the tragedy, but re-uploaded by a random fan page months later. That theory alone reopened every archive channel. People started digging through old screen recordings from 2019 and 2020 like they were excavating ruins. People began posting clips of Vaughn on live saying things like, "Hold on, let me call bro back," and acting like that was connected. They slowed down old moments where he turned away from the camera and said something quietly, trying to match the voice. Some even analyzed the echo in the background like they were doing forensic reconstruction of a celebrity's apartment. This wasn't drama anymore. This was obsession. Then the pressure started hitting the people involved. Someone connected to Vaughn posted a story saying, "Stop dragging me into stuff." They didn't name anyone, didn't mention the call, didn't mention Durk, didn't mention Vaughn, just a general statement, but the timeline read it like it was a confession. People posted, "He's scared," "He mad because it's real," "He trying to distance himself." Literally anything could be interpreted as evidence now. Another old friend posted praying hands emojis, literally and that turned into a 30-minute TikTok video titled, "Why He's Praying After the Leak, He Knows Something." When India posted a picture of a smoothie bowl, people said, "This a soft response." She unbothered, guilty. She unbothered, Oz, it's fake. She unbothered. She said everything already. When Durk posted a preview snippet of a love song, people said, "He trying to distract us. He dropping music to cover the noise." This his silent response. He not addressing it on purpose. It didn't matter what was posted. The internet twisted it. Then came the fan war. Vaughn fan pages, Durk fan pages, drill historians, casual listeners, TikTok detectives, everyone started picking sides. Entire comment sections turned into debates with thousands of replies. You'd see arguments like, "That's his name, bro." "No, it's not. It's literally static." Y'all want it to be deeper than it is. But why did they hide it then? Hide what? We don't even know what it is. The chaos fed itself. Creators started making multiple episodes, each one breaking down a new angle. The call timeline explained, how the call got lost, why Durk's name might be there, the people in the background, what the court didn't use. Did this call even matter? One creator even made a 40-minute documentary-style breakdown with creepy music, slow zoom-ins, highlighted audio waves, and possible transcripts that were literally just guesses. That video alone convinced thousands of viewers that there was a deeper story behind the call, and then, out of nowhere, the creator of the original clip came back and said, "Bro, I don't even know if that's real. Someone just sent it to me." The internet didn't care. His clarification got 200 likes. The leak got millions of views. And that is the craziest part of this whole situation. The original uploader saying, "I don't know if this is real," didn't matter at all. The rumor had grown too big, too emotional, too dramatic, too interconnected with people's feelings about Vaughn, Durk, loyalty, and trust. At this point, the truth didn't matter. The call didn't matter. The audio didn't matter. The story mattered. The story that fans built themselves. The story that grew with every like, share, repost, and dramatic edit. The story that made people feel something. Confusion, nostalgia, sadness, loyalty, anger, curiosity. By the time this saga reached its peak, the internet didn't want the truth anymore. They wanted the narrative, and that's why this episode ends with the same question everyone's still asking. Was the call real? Was the voice really saying Durk's name? Was it edited? Was it nothing? Was it everything? Nobody knows, but the internet believes what it wants to believe. And once the timeline chooses a storyline, it becomes unstoppable. So after 3 days of chaos, after millions of views, after the edits, the slowdowns, the fake insiders, the lives, the Twitter riots, the TikTok detectives, the breakdowns, the AI enhanced versions, we're still standing in the same confused spot we started in. A 14-second clip, a muffled sound, a name that might maybe possibly be Durk's that were literally just static. And yet somehow, that tiny moment became the biggest storyline on the internet. Not because the clip was clear, not because the clip was verified, not because it proved anything, but because the fans turned it into something bigger. That's the power of legends. Vaughn's name carries weight, Durk's name carries pressure. Their connection carries history. Every whisper becomes a clue. Every rumor becomes a storyline. Every silence becomes a theory. And the craziest part? No one involved said a word. No confirmation, no denial, no explanation, just silence. And the internet filled that silence with the loudest theories we've heard in years. So now I'm throwing it back to you. What do you think really happened with that call? Did someone actually say Durk's name? Was it edited? Was it misheard? Was it just noise the timeline turned into a legacy moment? Drop your full theory in the comments. I read everything. Let's argue. Let's debate. Let's break it down like the detectives y'all swear you are. And don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Because in stories like this, one tiny sound, one leaked clip, one new angle can flip the entire narrative overnight. And trust me, the way the timeline moving right now, the next twist is already loading.